What's going on, guys? It's SEMA 2025. I'm here with my good friend Lorie from Lorie Built-In Wheels, and today we're going to talk about something interesting per build, per journey, and we're here. Lorie, how do you feel?
Feel good. I'm excited to show the build off. It's been a long process of getting this from the salvage title rolled over Jeep to where we are today, and I'm excited to share it with everyone.
Talk to us about the build, your journey. How did you get here? What inspired it? Tell me the story.
Okay, so I started off with a 2022 Jeep Gladiator. And wheeling a Gladiator, you know that the wheelbase is a little too long, so going around trees, you've got to be super careful. You find a lot more body damage. So after wheeling it for a full year, I kind of decided I need something with a smaller wheelbase. I wanted the 392, but I didn't want the $80,000 price tag. So what I ended up doing was started looking on auction sites, and I found this rolled over 392. It had a lot of things wrong with it, but I got a great deal on it. I wanted to have a dirt desert racing fast. I wanted to be able to rock crawl. I wanted to be able to daily drive it. I basically wanted everything in one package. So that's how I came up with the idea of this 392. And with the help of a lot of sponsors and a lot of companies, I was able to make it happen.
Wow, that's way cool. You know, and I think what's even more inspiring is the fact that you did the work yourself. Right?
Yes.
So you're not going to a shop, or you're not taking it somewhere because you got a bag full of cash. You're saying, I'm going to tackle this myself.
I had a really great team behind me with Carnage Motorsports down in Miami. When I kind of fell short, they helped me pick up the pieces, helped me learn a little bit more. I think that's what the process is all about, learning and growing and making everything better. Because I've got to put in a full cage crew. And Tyler from Rock Solid Fab over in Tennessee came down, and he actually made this a custom one-of-one cage in order to fit the Best Stop Ultra Trek top. Because I had to have that slant back, you know, just it's a little bit more spicy.
What we did, our collaboration, Straight Series Aero Exhaust. You went from another brand to the 304 grade stainless structure, full system. And what was the best part of the exhaust system that you enjoy the most? Talk to us about the sound.
So I had another exhaust, and I took it to the exhaust shop. We got it off. I hopped in the Jeep when I picked it up, and I turned it on. I was like, holy smokes, this baby sounds amazing. Like, the sound is it just gives you like the goosebumps on the inside, you know, just gets you giddy about it. It like makes you want to drive it more, makes you want to push it harder. All right, so in order to have a bad rig, we plan to have the axles and the parts in order to make that happen. So the axles that I have are a Dana 60 in the front and an 80 in the rear, and they're custom built by Busted Knuckle Off-Road out of Alabama. They're 73-inch wide wheel mount space, and then I've got the double triangulated suspension in the rear as well. I paired that with the 3.0 ADS coilovers because I wanted to be able to have that desert speed, but also that rock crawling slow speed. I went with the RPM suspension, and I also went with the RPM steering. The reason that I go with RPM steering is that it's 7075 aluminum, which actually has memory. So when I'm beating this thing off-road and this comes into contact with rock, it actually goes back into the form that it was before. It can be completely bent out of shape, you back off, and it snaps back where it is instead of snapping at half. And when you're pushing this thing to its limits, that's super important. So when it comes to wheels and tires, I definitely wanted to go with something that I'm super confident, and I know that the KNC makes us. They're forged out of aluminum. I knew 100% those are the wheels that I wanted to go with. Super solid wheels, and I also paired those with the Nitto Trail Grapplers 42s. I've had the 44s, but I'm a little partial to the 42s. They have a little bit more space, allow a little more flex, and they give me exactly what I need. When wheeling, you really have to take into account your approach angle and your departure angle. So I ended up going with the Artec Industries Phantom bumper at the front to give me a little bit more clearance as I approach the rocks that allows my 42s to hit the rocks prior to my bumper hitting the rocks. I paired the bumper with the Warren Xeon Wench and the Ultra Hook because they're the best in the business, and when you are in a bad predicament, you want the best to make sure you get out of that safely. I also have all Baja design lights. When you go Baja, you can see anything all the time. As I touched on before, I went with the rock solid matte roll cage. I wanted to go with the best top ultra slam back top, and not really many cages have that option to have the slanted top. But I needed safety and I wanted cool. So one of my special features in the Jeep are these PRP Enduro seats. I actually found the fabric online and mailed it to PRP, and they approved the fabric, and then we created these as a one-of-one custom seat just for Lorie Wheels. So the guys over there got me hooked up with the checkered and the, of course, sparkly red again. And then I went with the red harnesses to keep me safe.
I have a question for you. You know, it's very inspiring. What is your message to the bunch of generations up and coming?
If you have a dream, chase it. No one's going to do it for you. So you have to be willing to, lose sleep a little bit. Bust a knuckle every once in a while, You can find me on all social media platforms under Lorie Wheels, and follow along for the process, because this is definitely not the last build that's coming up.
Hey,